Many thanks. I now call on Sarah Boyack. 5 minutes, please. Ms. Boyack.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. We moved swiftly to set up this Scottish Parliament. We were able to do that because we had a political mandate. Poll after poll had demanded devolution, but we'd done our homework with the cross-party consensus through the Constitutional Convention. And that's why we say today we need to move to a cross-party discussion now. This cannot be resolved by megaphone diplomacy between the First Minister and the Prime Minister. Political parties and Civic Scotland need to be involved in that process. But astonishingly, for a government whose single mission is independence, we still don't actually have a date for the referendum bill. We're still not clear what the question will be. We still don't know what the rules will be. And we don't know the answers to the vital questions on independence. And I say to the First Minister, it is precisely because of the experience in the 70s that we need to be cross-party in this. The referendum cannot be owned by any one party. That is absolutely clear. There isn't an express will for independence. Poll after poll makes that clear. There still isn't a worked-out plan, and there are fundamental questions remaining. What about our currency? Would the SNP join the euro or not? How would our banks be regulated? Would we still have Trident? None of these questions have yet been answered by the SNP. It's not accidental, it's through choice. It's a political strategy designed to win support for independence by avoiding saying what independence actually would mean for the people of Scotland. And that isn't good enough. What is the justification? No, I won't, First Minister. I tried to get in repeatedly and my time has already been cut. What is the justification of waiting 7 years when the SNP coming into power before they deign to hold that referendum? We all know the answer. We know that in 2014 we'll have the 700th anniversary of Bannockburn, the second homecoming, the Ryder Cup, the Commonwealth Games. We know the dates of those events, but we don't have the date for the Scottish Parliament referendum. Constitutional change isn't a small thing, it's fundamental. And we have a right as the people of Scotland to know what the SNP's proposals are. Will they, for example, change our future tax regime? Will the hated local income tax be back on their agenda? The people of Scotland need to be treated like grown-ups. The SNP need to lay out their plans properly, and we can do without the FM describing Scotland as a surly country. Let's move on from those kind of stupid insults. Let us move on to a proper, mature debate. Our view on this side is that devolution gives us the best of both worlds: strong powers, law-making powers, government closer to home and accountable. Independence does mean separating from the rest of the UK and not enabling us to have influence over our nearest neighbour. Devolution has worked well for the people of Scotland. Devolution has changed over the last 12 years. Stronger powers on railways, stronger powers on marine issues, and that's been negotiated in partnership. And that is the purpose of this debate today, to flush out this choice. It is not acceptable for the SNP and their civil service to draw up their plans in secret in their private space, we're told. The SNP should be open and transparent, and our demand today for cross-party talks now is so that this debate is not just conducted between David Cameron and between Alex Salmond. Everybody else has to be at the table too. It is the future of our country, and the last decade has proven that we can move forward, we can strengthen devolution where there's cross-party consensus, where there's been a robust debate with Civic Scotland, and where we agree we want to move forward. And that goes to the heart of the choice we face: strong devolution versus independence. It sounds like there actually is agreement across the room for a straightforward question. So why can't we have it? Even the SNP want a straightforward question. Why can't we just get on with it? Malcolm Chisholm was absolutely right. We don't need a question on stronger powers for the Scottish Parliament versus independence, because that's what the choice will be. Yes or no. Yes to strong devolution or yes to independence. That will be the question. And it is up to the SNP to give us a referendum that the people of Scotland want. They've had 5 years since they came to power. They've had years to plan for this. It's the whole purpose of the SNP's existence. And our amendment, our motion today, gives the SNP a way to move forward with the people of Scotland, with Civic Scotland, on a cross-party basis. And their amendment today shows that they are actually interested in furthering their party, not the people of Scotland. Refusing cross-party talks, refusing to actually bring Civic Scotland in now is not acceptable. The SNP government is all about making everybody wait until they decide to deign to tell us what they want. That's not good enough. The people of Scotland deserve better.
Many thanks.